Meantime, what can we learn from the Boston Marathon? Remember that bombing and what we've learned since. The guy was front and center in the middle of that, the former Boston Police Commissioner, Ed Davis. Ed, what do you do? Any advice for, New York police who are getting ready for this, trying to make sure it's safe for all involved? What do you recommend?
Well, Neil, NYPD is the best in the world, so they are way ahead of most cities and do a tremendous job in protecting the citizens of the city. They'll do a full court press on this marathon, just like they did last night on the Halloween celebration. I was in New York on Saturday. I had dinner with the commissioner and Commissioner Bratton. My wife and I sat in Central Park and watched them set up the viewing stands for the marathon. They will use technology, they will use personnel, and they will use their intelligence to leverage everything that they can to prevent an incident from this happening. Unfortunately, these are low-cost, one-off. If there's nobody else involved in the conspiracy, sometimes they can get around us, and that's what happened this past week.
I don't even know what they've been doing since for Boston Marathons, Commissioner, so you can help me here. But obviously, a lot of people who just come to view this, it gets into the millions. They bring bags, baby carriages, whole families come. I mean, how do you police screen that along the entire, marathon route, which in this case covers 5 very large boroughs?
Right, over 26 miles. It's a huge soft target, and quite frankly, you can't defend everything. There will be people there with packages. There will be people there watching and enjoying the athletes as they complete their tasks. But you need to pay attention to what your intelligence is, what the threat vectors are, who you have to be concerned about. There'll be people that the NYPD and the FBI are looking at that they'll follow around that day to make sure they don't come near the event. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. There'll be a big police presence. The number of cameras in Boston has increased dramatically since the marathon. The costs of security have gone up almost 100% for some of these events. So there's more people there, more eyes on the situation, and again, using the NYPD intelligence, which is the best in the world. We hope that we can identify these guys before they come into the field.
Refresh my memory a little bit, Ed, if you can. When you got the Sarnad brothers, it began with one brother who led you to another brother, and then with those cameras that you talk about, and of course more have been added since, we're able to sort of review the timeline and the help he had. Now, in the case of Saipov, who was the assailant here, is it your sense that he might have had help, or is that the kind of stuff that's coming up in questioning now?
Well, it's hard to say on the New York investigation. John Miller is the best source of information for that. He hasn't indicated that there are any co-conspirators. In the Tsarnaev case, we had the younger brother, Joe Tsarnaev, with the white hat first. Right. And then we had to continue to analyze things. But very quickly on the video, we were able to see that he was in contact with someone else. Eventually, we called him Black Hat, and then eventually we found out it was his brother. So,
but did video help you lead to that? Important. Did video help lead you to that, or did he lead you to that?
No, video led us to that. Okay. He was not. We never got him to talk to him. He didn't talk to us at all.
Okay, all right. I was curious about those developments. Ed Davis, thank you very, very much, my friend. Good seeing you.